I've gone ahead and revised my artwork. I've called it newpatterns.ai, and it's found inside that other file subfolder inside the 30 actions folder. And notice that I've replaced this sort of waving sleeve pattern between the hands with more of a filigreed kind of leafy pattern. But that's not reflected in the transformed copies because, after all, they're static copies as opposed to dynamic effects. So what do we do about that? How do we update them? Well, the first step is to go ahead and select them like so, both on the left and right sides. So just select the old style versions of these arms and press the backspace or delete key to get rid of them. And then I want you to load the set of actions that I've created for you in advance. Now they're called success set. So what I need you to do is, if you've been working along with me, go ahead and rename your success set something else. And so I'm just going to call mine something like previous successes and then click OK. You can call yours anything you want. And you get to it by going to the flyout menu of the Actions panel and then choose the Load Actions command. Go into that other files folder inside the 30 actions folder. You'll find successset.aia and go ahead and open it up. And in there, you'll find that Save for Web command that I recorded. This is all the stuff that you saw me record before, arms left and arms right. And now I have this other one called Radiant Objects. And if you twirl open Radiant Objects, I'm going to make more room by closing my color panel, you'll see that there's a lot of stuff going on inside of this action. And basically what it's doing is it's playing those other actions. So if you twirl open Play Action right there, you'll see that it's playing the action called Arms Left inside the set called Success Set. And so that's why we need to have this set named this way so that Illustrator can find the proper action. And you do that, by the way, by just recording, and I'll show you how this works. If I create a new action, and let's just go ahead and call it Plays Actions or something like that, and then click Record, why then I could go ahead and click on this object right there in order to select it. That does not get recorded, by the way. And then I'd go up to Arms Left, let's say, click on it to make it active, and then click Play in order to go ahead and play that action. And notice if I scroll down here, the playing of the action got recorded as it was being played back. And then you would presumably stop, or you would continue to play some more actions if you wanted to. So one action can reference other ones. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of that new guy. And I'm also going to get rid of this thing that I just created there by pressing the backspace key, delete on the Mac. And you'll see what I've got is play action, and then I changed the transparency of the first one to 80%, and we already saw how that worked. And then I played the action again, the exact same action, and then I changed its transparency to 60%, and then I played that action again, and then I changed its transparency to 40%. And then I play the other action, that is arms right, and I change its transparency to 80%. Then I play that action again, change its transparency to 60%, play that action again, change its transparency to 40%. So I didn't have you do this work. You can if you want to, but it's, it's a fair amount of busy work, and so I thought I'd just do it for you. But problem is, all right, we start with this one action. We're playing the arms left action and repeating that 3 times and building in all the levels of transparency. And then we switch to the arms right action. Well, how do we tell Illustrator to switch sides here? That is, switch the object that's selected. Well, that's a heck of a trick, and let me show you how it works. I'm going to go ahead and click on this left set of arms right there to select it with the black arrow tool. And then I'll go up to the window menu and choose Attributes. And inside the Attributes panel, I want you to click on the flyout menu and choose Show Note. And down here in this note area, notice that I've gone ahead and added a note, left arm. So left is lowercase, the A in arm is uppercase, the rest is lowercase as well. And this is a case-sensitive operation, so that's important to pay attention to. And if you go over here to the right arm, I've given it a name of right arm. So you can do that yourself, very easy to do, obviously. You just enter that information into Attributes. You don't press the Enter key or the Return key or anything like that. Just enter the information. When you're done, close the Attributes panel. And now I'm going to click off the shapes to deselect them. And with Radiant Objects selected there inside my Actions panel, what I want you to do is go up to the flyout menu and choose this command, Select Object. And let's go ahead and enter left arm like so. This is very important that you enter this properly. It's like a password almost. So it's lowercase left, uppercase A, lowercase rm. And then make sure case sensitive is turned on. Notice that it says select object whose note has this in it. So you've got to reference the object inside the Attributes panel. It's not a matter of labeling it here inside the Layers panel. It's all about attributes. Click OK. Now it's going to appear at the bottom of the stack. Don't worry about that. Let's enter another one by going up to the flyout menu, choosing Select Object. And I'll call this one right arm using those same lowercase and capital letter conventions. And then I'll click OK. Now we've got two set selections. Notice we're not recording. We're just plopping those things into the action. And I'm going to grab the first one, which is left arm, and take it all the way to the top of the stack like so. That's very important. So that set of arms gets selected first. And I'm going to click off the paths, by the way, to deselect everything, although that doesn't have to happen, but might as well. And then notice that we have 6 occurrences of play action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you twirl open the fourth one, you should see that it says arms right as opposed to arms left before it. And just by twirling open, you can confirm that that is the case. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab this selection, and I want to put it between the third occurrence of transparency and the fourth occurrence of play action. So it's between, that is, the last playing of arms left and the first playing of arms right. However, it needs to be after transparency as well. All right, that should be it, folks. Let's make sure that nothing is selected once again inside of the illustration. That's not essential. You should be able to play this action and have something selected, but just a good idea. Now I'm going to click on Radiant Objects. Totally cross my fingers here. Actually, you know what? Just in case, go ahead and grab the right arm and left arm elements there. Click on one, shift click on the other. Go to the Edit menu and choose the Copy command, or press Control-C, Command-C on the Mac. Just as a backup, just in case something goes wrong, we can get rid of all the stuff that went wrong and plop these guys back into place. But this should work. We'll see. Sometimes the very first step kind of goes haywire. I'll go ahead and click on Radiant Objects, and then I'll go ahead and play it, and let's see what happens. Notice it went ahead and automatically selected that left arm element, and it's automatically duplicating it. Went ahead and switched over at this point to right arm. That worked, and it's playing those other actions back as well, and it's done. And now I'll click off of those path outlines in order to deselect them. Notice that Illustrator went ahead and automatically took care of those variations in opacity. So we've got 80%, 60%, and 40%, and you can click on those groups to confirm that. But otherwise, I consider that to be an extremely successful application of actions inside of Illustrator. Tell you what, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's working for you too. I hope you enjoyed this entire series. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. And best of luck with Illustrator CS5 in the future.